land across 5 African countries. That's 10% of Liberia's total land area and 20% of Zimbabwe's land. Gone. Just like that. For Burkina Faso, this isn't just about land, it's about survival. By shifting ownership to the government, Traoré is putting a stop to large-scale foreign land acquisitions that strip local communities of their resources. But that's not all. For decades, land in Burkina Faso has been mismanaged, with vast stretches sitting idle. Now, with the government in charge, land can be allocated efficiently for large-scale farming projects that will help improve food security. Beyond agriculture, Burkina Faso has also faced ongoing conflicts between farmers, herders, and migrating populations over land rights. By centralising control, the government can regulate land use in a way that reduces tensions and prevents disputes. And then there's the bigger picture, Traoré's push for industrialisation. With the state in charge of land, the government can fast-track infrastructure projects like roads, factories and housing developments without running into resistance from private landowners or getting tangled in bureaucracy. When it comes to land reform, no two countries take the same approach. Take South Africa, for example. Their policy is all about fixing past injustices. For decades, land ownership in South Africa was anything but fair. During colonial rule and apartheid, laws were created to keep land in the hands of the white minority while pushing the black majority into poor, overcrowded areas. One of the most infamous of these laws was the 1913 Natives Land Act, which made it nearly impossible for black South Africans to own land. This pattern of land dispossession continued for decades, leading to forced removals, the destruction of communities, and deep economic inequality. Even though apartheid officially ended in the early 1990s, the effects of these policies still shape South Africa today. That's why the South African government introduced a land reform programme to redistribute land more fairly. However, this process has been controversial. Some critics, including former US President Donald Trump, have argued that it unfairly targets white landowners. But South African leaders insist that their approach is rooted in legal constitutional principles and aims to create a fairer society, not to punish any particular group. Now, how does this compare to Burkina Faso's approach? While South Africa is focused on historical justice, Burkina Faso is taking a strategic economic approach. Instead of redistributing land from one group to another, President Ibrahim Traoré has placed all land under state control. This means that rather than individual ownership, the government will oversee land use, ensuring it is properly managed for farming, industry, and development. Unlike South Africa, which is navigating a deeply complex history of land ownership,